All right, guys, this is a video I hate to do, but it has to be done. I really did love this light. It's built like a tank, and I know people say that about a lot of stuff, but this literally is built very strong and sturdy. I like this light. I was carrying it every day, but unfortunately, when I needed it the most, the LED burned up on me. I was clearing a building, a B&E, a breaking and entering, and I got there not many minutes after the alarm had went off. There ended up being nobody in the building, but this is what I was using to clear the building. This was my main light. Now what happened was the light didn't quit altogether. What it did was when you looked at the beam where the circle is, in the center where the brightest part of your light is was totally black, totally shadowed. So I knew at that moment something was wrong. Now I had been holding this light and I had to use it a lot. It was very dark. There was a little bit of ambient light sometimes in different hallways. And the light did get hot in my hand. It never got hot enough that I couldn't hold. And that doesn't make any difference anyway. You should never be able to put a battery into a light and have the light outrun your LED and burn it up. I was using the Surefire 18650 that they send with this, and I'll try to get you a close-up here of the burnt LED in there and show you what that looks like. But I was literally counting on this light in what could have been a life-threatening situation where I needed it most. That is why testing gear and stuff, when you do it in real-world scenarios, really is going to weed out what is good and what is not good. I'm going to tell you about my call with Surefire, what they said, what they're going to do here in a little bit. Just hang with me, guys. That is my new body armor in the background there, guys. I will do a video on it if you want to know what it is and the rating it is and everything like that. Let me know in the comments and I will do a video on that body armor. Right now, let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the burnt LED. I think you guys should be able to see that pretty well. That's where the LED burnt. That is where the light would have been the brightest when you're shining the beam. And it made it black in the center of the beam. So I still had light, but it was very diminished light with that burnt LED like that. I didn't know what had happened until later. I just knew that something was wrong when I could see the beam pattern on the wall. When I did have ambient light in between hallways and other things in this big building, I was turning the light off just to save power and to keep the light a little cooler in my hands, and that still did not stop this from happening. You should be able to take this light, put in a fresh Surefire battery, put it on the table and turn it on, and it should lay there until the battery dies, and there shouldn't be an issue. So let's talk about what happened when I called Surefire. So I called Surefire, and I did record the phone call, but I'm not going to provide that recording, and I'll tell you why. The guy I spoke to was a really nice guy, and he talked to me in a way like if we were just discussing gear. He didn't talk like a company guy, or he didn't try to make excuses for Surefire. It was just like if I had called somebody that subscribes to me and we talked about this. Now, this guy has no idea of who I am, what I do. Well, he has some idea of my work. I told him the situation I was in when the light burned up on me and what could have happened. He does know that, and I will get the light back faster because it's going to be top tier priority for duty. But I did not tell him that I do videos and different things like that. But he was just talking to me like another guy that likes gear, not like a company man. And what he did tell me was very, very surprising to me. I thought he was going to try to deny it, and that is why I recorded it. And what he told me was, yeah, I have 2 of these, and one of my LEDs burnt like that as well. The other one didn't. We will send you a shipping label right now via email. You go to UPS, ship this back to us. We'll send you a brand new one. You can test it. If anything happens to it, we'll replace it again. But you should be okay. We have had some issues with some of these doing this, but not all of them are doing it. And we will just send you a completely brand new one in the mail. That was the gist of the conversation. And I was happy with that. I haven't been able to get there yet. I've been working a lot of hours and working nights and things, but I have not been able to use this light for the first time in like 6 months. And I'm glad I found out, at least while I didn't need it for a person or some situation where I had to deal with somebody, I'm glad I found out at that time and not later. Backup that got there with me was using a stream light. He loves it. He had the light on just as much as me. He had no problems with his stream light. I'm just keeping it real here. He had no problems or issues whatsoever. I do like Surefire, and I had asked them also, I said, am I going to have any problems with my X300 Ultra? I'm using this for duty. I'm using it on a handgun, and I will be using this as well to clear buildings and different things. He said that there has not been any problems with the LEDs or any kind of burning or anything with that X300 Ultra. It's rated at 1,000 lumens. This is rated at 1,500 lumens, so this is cranking out more juice, but it still shouldn't have burnt the LED, and he agrees with that. So I'm happy with my Surefire X300 Ultra. So I have a second thing to tell you about this light, believe it or not. I told you the light did work, right? Well, the light no longer works at all right now. All I did was I took the head of it here and I wrapped on a steel door, a hollow steel door like this a few times after the LED was burnt, and the light just quit altogether. Just wouldn't turn on at all. I have no idea why. It would not have been anything like it accidentally falling on concrete from waist level or using it and you drop it. It would have been nowhere near the impacts of that, and the light just quit working altogether. So I have the burnt LED and the light just quit working on me. I hit a steel door a few times like that, and that did it. So, you know, I still think Surefire makes good products, and because they're so good with their warranty, I'm not going to complain. I don't even have to pay to ship it back, which I wouldn't have anyway. I would have got with somebody higher up if that were the case, and I would not have done that. So I will be shipping this back, and when I get the new one, guys, I am going to do a video of taking the new one, turning it on with a fresh battery, and I'm going to sit it on the table, and I'm going to let that light run until the battery dies 2 times. I'm going to let it die, put in a new battery, and let it die again. And if that LED burns, me and Surefire, we're going to have another conversation. If the LED doesn't burn, I'll be using this as a duty light again with 1 or 2 backups, and then I'm going to get the Theorem finger ring for this light. So there you go, guys. Let me know if you want to see a video on my body armor in the background. I'll keep you updated with more videos on the Surefire saga of this Fury dual fuel. Yeah, I have the opportunity to really test this gear now, how it's meant to be used in real life, real world scenarios. So everything I have, I'll be able to tell you if it's going to hold up or not when you might need it the most. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.